When I share the history of Ecolife, the story usually begins in Madagascar with an epiphany I had there. But in reality, the real work was done here. It was a shared vision of many friends and collaborators who wanted to make the world a better place. Without them putting action to those words, our vision would have never come about. Those people gave us our wings, and we called them our angels. Sometimes to make something work, you really have to take a risk. Speaking of having wings, sometimes you have to jump off the cliff and hope that you grow wings on the way down. And that's the beauty of our angels, is that there was always one that would step up at the right moment and say, I've got your back. Go ahead and step over the edge. And each time, thanks to those angels, we have grown wings. I was working on Ecolife while I was still engaged with my previous employer, and at one point they pulled me aside and told me I needed to make a decision. Did I want to work for Ecolife or for them? Well, there was no real big decision for me. I wanted to go work for Ecolife. It was my baby. But there was a big problem there, something called a salary. And I remember one evening sharing this story and the decision I had to make with a friend who had described his job to me as being a blacksmith. And he smiled as he listened, and the next day I got an envelope in overnight mail, and it had a year's salary in it, and a message, don't be afraid. Philanthropists come in all sizes and shapes, and they come in all ages. There was a little boy named Russell who would often invite Sonny and I to his mom and dad's house to watch a play that he and his fellow students would put on. They'd string sheets and blankets and make a little stage and put together a show, and they would hawk donuts and cokes and cupcakes to us while we watched. After several of these little plays, we were invited out to dinner with Russell and his parents. And while we were sitting at dinner, I noticed Russell's phone, and the lens on it was broken to smithereens. I said, Russell, you know, you can take that phone in and get it fixed just like new. But Russell explained to me that his mom had told him that he broke it and he would have to raise his own money to fix it. It wasn't much later during that meal that Russell slid a check over to me. The number on the check was 0001. It was the first check he'd ever written. It was for $1,000 to Ecolife, a gift that he prioritized over fixing his phone. That's an angel. Those are our wings. I had a friend who had a small eco-lodge about 25 miles away from the village that I was working in Madagascar. And George, his wife Magli, and their little son Matthew lived in palm-thatched huts with reed walls right on the coast. When the storm came, George was gone, and Magli and Matthew were there alone. The only solid structure around was the bathroom in their home that for some reason George had made cement walls in. As the house deteriorated around them, Magli and Matthew took cover in the bathroom, and when the storm was over, that bathroom was the only building standing for as far as they could see. One of our angels took this story to heart, and for years we were able to send money to Magli to help support her and to ensure that Matthew could stay in good schools in Madagascar. This has been a most amazing job. Our history is littered with incredible acts of kindness from the most amazing angels. From friends who said, it's time to go back to Madagascar and end your story, to the teacher who said, I'll pay your rent, and to friends who said, this dream of yours can be bigger than you ever imagined. Let's go. We've educated over 100,000 students in San Diego alone on sustainable agriculture, and we've touched thousands of families with fuel-efficient, safe, healthy stoves in Mexico.
Ya no respiran tampoco tanto humo porque ya no sale tanto humo, ya todo sale por el Pues yo de mi parte le doy las gracias por el apoyo que nos brindó y pues, ojalá que Diosito nos siga socorriendo, les dé manos llenas para que sigan apoyando a más gente necesitada como nosotros.
It makes me feel happy that because I like to help the environment. Thank you for the opportunity to grow.
Over 15 years, these remarkable angels have carried us a long, long ways. Today we're in offices where our rent is paid, our overhead is covered by our board, and we're able to spend where it counts. We've searched for and found our little boy Emilian. He's learning English and one day we'll be able to build stoves. Russell, Ecolife's young thespian, is studying human environmental systems at Harvard and spends his summers working in Uganda. And in June, Matthew, the little boy from Madagascar, graduated with a degree in anthropology from the University of California at San Diego.
It's a miracle. Matthew is everything to me. I mean, I know all moms love their son, but this one is very special. And you know why. I don't know who, some angel helped us and helped him to go through that. I mean, to be able to achieve what he's done. I don't know how to thank them. I really don't have any idea how to thank those people who helped us. Yeah.
After 15 years buried in this amazing work, I've learned one very important thing. Not all angels wear wings. Many angels give wings to others. Thank you.